Greetings, comrades. You are in an office environment, so if you hear many voices in the office, I can't control how people should be talking in the office, so you have to bear with us. We are here to respond to your questions. So if you have a question, please send your question. We are going to attempt to answer to your question. We recorded a video about the people that are victims of these visa scams. We have received many comments in respect to that video. We appreciate and the people they are sharing their experiences. Then someone asked us, as Comrade Mapule Pule Mohoyase says, what about those that are applying with fraudulent certificates? We do not know. I've seen high profile politicians that some have been taken to court that are said to have fraudulently acquired, whether it's a metric certificate, whether it's a degree. They've been a focus, I think, at Fort Hare University. So the authorities investigate such issues. Like we said, that we ourselves we have no capacity to investigate anything, but what we our job is to warn you not to fall victim to these scams. So, like I said, when you hear voices in the office, don't worry. But so ours is to warn you that you do not fall victim to these scams. Talking about these scams, there are some that think ourselves, myself and my team, are scamming people out there. I'm now used to this. I'm now used to this. That we get people that will be making these allegations. Either they will say, "Mapena, you are scamming people," or "Mapena, you are a CIO," "Mapena, you are this and that." So we are used to such. So some they will come to my inbox, insult me. That's fine. uh, and then there's someone who says, referring to that video, says, "This is true. My permit works for me. 1 year after that was not in the system. Like I met immigration officer. I know. Then she told me not to use this permit again." So yeah, at least that's just Pam Mutandawa. You were lucky that you were not banned and you were not arrested, because in some cases you will be arrested for such. Comrade Wendy Raphael, thanks for joining us. Comrade Batsirai Musangani says, "Hi, Mr. Mapena, thanks for your effort. To those who got waivers, do you have anyone who applied for general work visa and got it, who applied for waivers in 2022 are still waiting for outcome?" Yesterday, Comrade Butsirai Mungaize, we did share for with information about someone that had applied in June 2022 for a critical skills visa, and the visa is out. I've seen others that their general work visas are coming out, and I know that you are one of the first people that we are assisting, and you are still saying your waiver outcome is not out. We hope it's going to be out soon. Like I said, there are others that in 22 applied in 2021, 2022, that their waivers are out. Some comrade that was asking me to assist her waiver out is out. She applied in July 2023. So there's this with the Department of Home Affairs where people who applied late are receiving fast their waiver outcomes, but those that applied early are not receiving. But we are working on it. We hope we are going to be assisted soon, comrade. And Comrade Oliver says it's great that people hear positive outcomes. Then Comrade Beginkos in Jov writes, some have permits that are supposed to work locally, like banks, your employer has mentioned, but you are told not to work within border control. bakholwa ngokubona. Well, I've not met this before. And of course, then you have got Comrade Rose Matabane. She has her own views. I don't know whether she's female or male, but I'll tell by the name that possibly she is female. Comes across as anti-Africans on the basis that they are not born in South Africa. There's nothing we can do about that. If she thinks that other Africans should not breathe because because they happen not to be born in South Africa, it's a problem. Then there is a comrade who was saying when we spoke about the Comrade Wellington Spanda, we're talking about the Ipo Mandazale, Professor Ipo Mandazale lecture, saying that I was misleading people. I'm not sure how I was misleading people because I was simply giving a summary of what Professor Mandaza said in his lecture. It's correct that he gave a historical background to the formation of the SADC Observer Team, what it has done. That's what he spoke about. So, if by saying that Professor Ipo Mandaza gave a historical background and the work that SOM has done in the region in observing elections, and the letter that he also read from the secretariat that the observer team only observes, it doesn't instruct member states. If that is misleading, well, I don't know, Comrade Wellington's banner. But of course, I take credit for what you then said. You said, Mapena, you are having great ideas and the potential to contribute to our nation, but I feel you are running away from the center to the terraces. I'm not running away from the center. You are in the center, comrade. It's an honest opinion, Comrade Wellington Spanda, which you cannot run away from. But the reality, of course, is that you have the working class, Zimbabwean working class in South Africa, and this working class must be assisted. So it is our task to ensure that people are assisted to be documented. You know that we will record a video later on. You know that President Ramaphosa is going to Bedbridge. I saw some circulating. I'm not sure whether it's authentic, but I think it's authentic, that is going to be launching the the border management. You know that the minister went there and unveiled border management security officers at the Bedbridge border post, and I think at Lubombo border post as well. One journalist then asked me earlier on to say what's our position, and our position is simple: is that the Parliament of South Africa resolved to have this border management team or border management authority implemented to prevent undocumented people from coming to South Africa. It's the Parliament of South Africa, as we said the other day on ENCA, that we do not seek to co-govern with South Africa. So if South Africa thinks that the best in terms of managing its borders is to deploy what they call border management authority, that is fine. What we say ourselves though is that we need to develop the economies of our country so that we do not have people that will be coming to South Africa undocumented. In any case, once if our economies are developed, we do not think that people will be flocking to South Africa to look for greener pastures. And Comrade Natasha Castaring writes, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, says, please, can you tell me if it is too late for my housekeeper to apply for her ZEP waiver? She had to go back to Zimbabwe in August to renew her passport. And how do I apply? I help her to apply. She's not late. She can apply today for the waiver. You visit the website of the VFS. You are going to be guided on how to apply. We have said there are others that are in our Telegram group, Zimbabwe Community Telegram group, that are assisting others to apply. They are sharing their own experiences. So if you get to our Telegram group, they will assist you. My WhatsApp is +27833401,000. We will make sure that you get to the group and you get assisted. And then Comrade Anita Mzobe says, thank you, Mr. Mapena, for always giving clarity. I'm one of the people that was booked in. No, this one is an old message. Was booked on the 24th of June. We are now in October. Comrade Takura Mutswarangwa says, Comrade Mapena, what about the transport department that is refusing to help ZTP holders with the renewal of driver's licenses? When we spoke to the Department of Home Affairs, was that the transport department does not issue licenses which are less than a year, or licenses which are less than a year. So in this case, you have a grace period which says ZEP expires on the 31st of December, right, 2023. You then have a court judgment. But remember, we said the minister is appealing, and if he's appealing, suspends the judgment. But there is a court judgment which says these permits expire on the day court judgment was delivered, meaning on the 28th of June 2024, though Standard Bank says 30th of June 2024. So, and even if you calculate to June next year, it's already less than 12 months, right? So when we asked the Department of Home Affairs, they said the Department of Transport does not issue licenses which are less than a year old. That is your DSK and so forth. So this is the challenge that you are currently faced with. This is why we are trying our level best to ensure that people their do get their waivers and they apply to move to other visas. So that they have visas, they do not have these challenges. So yeah, that's what we are trying to do. So thank you, comrades. Thank you, comrades, for joining us. But we are now concluding. So like I was saying that for those that have not met us, we operate from Johannesburg Central. This is where we have our offices. You all have my WhatsApp number. If you are in Johannesburg, we can meet. I know some of you have never met. Some of you maybe you've just knew us in the last month, and then you think that these people are something else. No, we've been assisting since 2002 with the documentation, starting with the ASLAM documents. We have given you the history of that, going through the DZP, ZSP, and so forth and so forth. Those that have been with us from the days we're in the movement for democratic change in the MTC in Bramfontein, they will know. So yeah, so otherwise, thank you, comrades. Have a great afternoon. Goodbye.